Dwane, you really turned the game with whatever that matchup zone thing is that you played there in the last 7 minutes. What kind of defense is that?
Well, with that new group in there, you can call it what you want to call it, because they're learning it. We were confused, they were confused. So that was, but again, I think it's when you work hard at anything, even when you make a mistake, it turns out well. And that's what those guys, Uzo and Allen Anderson and that group in there, Eddie Davis, they were all out of place, but they did it hard, and that made a big difference.
You did sort of scramble the game. I think they had 15 straight misses at one point.
They did. I think they got 11 in the fourth quarter, but I can't remember what the stretch was down, but we were in zone the whole time, even when it was critical. We stayed in it. When we brought the first group back in, we stayed in it, and they did a better job of matching up, getting to where they were supposed to be. So it was effective. It was effective. And the other big thing about it, we rebounded out of it. Usually the downside of it is we don't do a good job of rebounding, and we did tonight.
The 26 points from Bargnani, the most since he's come back. What did you see from him that impressed you the most?
Well, he just had a bounce. He had a pep in his step. As you know, he had the same pep that he had prior to the injury. So I don't know if it's his uncle coming in town or what it is, but he had a pep in his step, and I wanted to go to him as much as possible and make sure we take advantage of it.
Massage minutes for Ben and Allen. How difficult is that, given their unfamiliarity with everybody?
That was a tough thing, Doug, just to make sure that we kept the offensive menu simple where they could understand it. It helped by having Forbes out there who had played some point. He kind of helped them out a little bit. So that was big. But having that group out there together that had never probably played near a minute together was tough. But again, they played hard. They played with a pure heart. They made the right plays. You know, a guy like Allen could come in and force things, trying to, show what he can do. A guy like Ben could come in and try to show what he could do, and they didn't do that. They played within themselves, and that was really important.
Sticking with playing hard, DeMar had a rough first half of the third quarter, forced us to begin the second half, 11 points. With him playing hard through some adversity.
Was that DeMar? Yeah, he did. He really did. He's still not 100% with his ankle, and he went through it. I think he was 6 for 20. But I'm going to talk to the free throw shooting coach. That's where he really struggled, because he did a great job of getting to the rim and creating contact. But we got to knock those free throws down. We're better than a 69% free throw shooting team. We're going to create contact and get to the line. We got to knock them down.
Some emotion from you and from DeMar today. Was that something that fired you guys up?
Not really. I just thought that a call should have been called, and that was it. It was no more than usual. But again, I like that to a certain extent. I don't want it to be a habit with our guys, because I've got to be an example for our players when I get a tee. But I didn't think it was warranted. I just said I thought our guy got fouled. It wasn't profanity or anything like that. So again, it happens. But again, the story is our guys played through adversity. As Doug mentioned, disorganized zone that even though it was disorganized, we played hard through it. And it helped us win the game.
That's the second double-double for Gary in the last 3 games.
Gary did a good job. Well, again, he's at his natural position, which is helpful to him. He's not a point guard, as he showed right before halftime. You're talking about emotions. That was probably the most emotion I had this year was, I was yelling one shot, and then he went off and trying to discover Canada. I usually say discover America, but I said, tried to discover Canada. Went up to Winnipeg and over to Halifax, and then went to the hole again. So, but again, he's back to his natural position, and that helps him a lot.